Pie's dad is pretty much finished now taking the water out the pond. As you can see, the ducks are just having a ball. There's just loads of stuff in there for them to eat though, mainly shrimp and snails. As you saw the other day, there was just absolutely loads of fish that came out there, and Pie, she's going to smoke a load of them today. Time to hit the town. I'm starving hungry. I haven't actually been to the noodle shop now for about 3-4 days, so yeah, withdrawal symptoms. That chicken and cashew nut is just calling me. Well, we're in a little computer shop here in Shenzhen town, and this is where we get our 3BB internet from. What we're going to try and find out today is, can we get internet access on the farm? Pocket Wi-Fi, yeah. Yeah.
And later you have to buy the SIM card, put in SIM card inside. This one 2,000 something.
Oh, okay.
And you have to buy a SIM card inside. And what about the money, like pay for internet? How much there? How fast you want?
I think really it's all going to depend on the phone company by the sounds of it, whether it's DTAC or One to Call. But the actual unit is 2,000 baht, so that's not expensive. What they said was it goes in different stages. They didn't tell me how many megabytes I'm going to get, but the top one is 900 baht a month. Now currently I pay 600 baht a month for a 10 megabyte line, so I should imagine it'll be around about the same. So yes, we can get Wi-Fi on the farm, so that eradicates one problem. So that's a problem solved. The lady said she also supplies solar power as well, so solar cells. And it starts off about 10,000 baht and goes up. I know, I said I wouldn't get another one, but she just turned up. Don't know where she come from, and we decided to keep her. She's lovely though. We called her Tao, which is grey. Oh, good old scratch, didn't you, eh? Good old scratch under the chin, yeah, there's nothing like that, is there? Absolutely outstanding. Yeah, I quite like cats. I don't know what he's about, and they just trouble, don't they, I suppose. Yeah, I do like them. And this one's exceptionally sweet, don't you? Hey? Yeah. Just keep her away from those across the road. That's all I need to do. Pie's been making up fish, as you can see, and basically just smoking it. Looks alright then. Are you happy with it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Takes a long time though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hours. Yeah. Fresh smoked fish. Lovely. Yeah, even you'll like it. Yeah, you will. I saw all those cranes this morning, and they're in the pond picking off the last remnants of the fish. Of course, as I come round the corner, they all flew away. And the time I turned the camera on, no dice. So yeah, I missed them. Pie said to me, "It's all right, we'll get them in the afternoon." As you can see, it's late afternoon now, and I kind of very quietly snuck up on them. And as you saw the footage there, I caught them. They are pretty to look at, they really are. They are quite big birds as well. Well, quite a few of you have been saying to Pie and I, yeah, build a house, don't rent. Yeah. Even my father-in-law and mother-in-law have been saying, you know, why would you want to rent somewhere When you've got land, you can just build on it. Now the parcel of land that he's talking about is this, what you're looking at right now. Now if we do build on here, the first thing that would need to be done is for it to be topped up with soil, because obviously it's a rice paddy. If we were to build just as it is, then it'd get flooded. It's quite deep, it's about a foot or so deep, so yeah, it would need an awful lot of soil being built up, and then of course you'd have to leave it to settle. Pi did say this morning, why can't we build a house where the shack is? Now obviously looking at it, the ground here is solid, but will Mum and Dad let us knock down the shack and build a house? That is the question that we're going to be asking Pi's parents tonight. Well, Pi's trying to get the ducks to go in. She's one side over there. Right, I'm going to give Pi a hand, put these ducks away. And that's how I heard a bunch of ducks. Good, isn't it? Quite obedient, really. Mind you, it's easier because they just walk straight along the pathway there. Normally they'd have been in the water. A little bit more difficult to get in, but that was very, very easy. Yeah, so watch this space, guys. If Mum and Dad agree to it, we could well start building. Obviously a few things to sort out yet. As you saw earlier today, we went to the internet shop and we just wanted to find out about Wi-Fi for out here. And yeah, it's possible for about £1,000 a month. The other thing the lady said, that she does solar panels as well. So if we're looking for solar power, we can have that as well. She can supply. So there you go. And she even had a chart on how many panels you would need depending on what sort of appliances, etc., that you want to power. So yeah, very, very useful trip that was. Well, now that the ducks are in, Pi's feeding the fish. Obviously it's no good throwing the fish food on the pond while the ducks are there, because they'll just dig in and eat it all. You've got to admit, with the ducks playing on the water, it is a pretty sight. Well, Pi and I are planning on staying the night in the shack. It should be nice. Yeah, I do like it. Just lovely out here, peace and quiet. I bet you're just dying to know what Pi's mum and dad had to say. What did your mum and dad say?
Okay.
Okay, huh?
Yeah.
Happy? Good. There's your answer. Outstanding. Yes, is the answer. We can take down the shack and build a house. Okay, it looks like we're going to do it. It's just a sensible option, I know. I really appreciate it. I mean, a lot of you have said to Pi and I, don't rent, build, you know, put the money into a building. It will be ultimately an asset at the end of the day for fam, and it does make perfectly good sense. I'll agree with you. Now, before I get into the logistics of this, I'm sure there's going to be quite a few trolls out there that will be going, oh, but you can't own property, Graham, and you'll get ripped off. Okay, I'm going to cover this and then going to just put it to bed, and that'll be the end of it, because I don't want to discuss it anymore. I'm married to Pi. We are legally married, and yes, I cannot own land. So if by chance that we built a home and then our marriage was to fall apart, I would leave. I could get Pi to sign me over a 30-year lease. She's already offered. I've said no thank you. There's a good reason for it. If our marriage were to dissolve, again, for whatever reason, I really wouldn't want to live here. It would just be so awkward for me personally and her that it just wouldn't be feasible. So I would just leave. It'll be as simple as that. I've said to you before, the older I get, the less I want. Really don't like to complicate things. I don't consider that I should be measured by the size of my bank account, you know, what I'm worth and what I've got. Quite frankly, it's all worthless at the end of the day, because when they put me in a box, I'll have nothing. So, yeah, I'm not really that worried about it. My view to this, as I've always said, whatever gets done on this farm is for the benefit of Pi, her mum and dad, and of course, fam. He's the most important thing. He's always been our number one priority. He's a great little fella, and I just hope that whatever Pi and I do at this point will leave something for him ultimately. So yeah, I don't have a problem with it at all. So the big question now is, what will we build? I got an email off of Bob, who sent me a really, really nice house, or a design of a house anyway, and Pi and I kind of fell in love with it. It's really very nice. It's modern contemporary, but very, very simple. One of the things that I really like about modern contemporary buildings is the fact that it's not cluttered. Again, stuff. I don't want it. The less I have of it, the happier I am. I'm not one for filling up a house full of paintings, ornaments and bits and pieces. It does my head in. It really does. I just don't like clutter in any way. I can appreciate that some people like it, but it's certainly not for me. And Pi doesn't like it anyway. Let's call it minimal without it being clinical. That's the best way I can describe my style of living. Now, the house design that we're thinking of is actually 3 bedrooms. Now, you're probably wondering why 3 bedrooms. Well, obviously there's Pi and I, and there's fam, and it would be nice to have a 3rd bedroom for when friends and family come and stay. How big? Well, at this point we actually don't know. What I've got to do is draft up some plans. Obviously we need a house that's large enough to accommodate all of us and, you know, give us some space, but obviously we don't want sort of a vast sort of sprawling mansion that runs into sort of, you know, a couple of thousand square metres of living space. That's ridiculous. You know, the maintenance on it alone would be crippling. So we're looking for something small, compact, but a little bit of space, bright and airy, and that's just comfortable. And of course, we'll have these fantastic views. Imagine waking up every morning to those beautiful mountains and of course our beautiful pond. So the house has to be carefully designed, so to make sure that we have light at the front and back. In other words, we can capture the views. Again, this is one of the reasons why I personally like contemporary modern, because it does allow you to sort of capture the outdoors as much as possible. Now, as you can see by this picture, there are 2 bedrooms at one end. Then you have the open plan living room, kitchen, diner, and then you have another bedroom. The single bedroom at the end we intend to use for ourselves, and then fam will have a bedroom at the other end of the premises, and then the other bedroom will be used as the guest room. So yeah, it can work out quite nicely. Now, at this point we actually don't know what the entire build would come out at, but Pi and I know at this point there is no way we can build an entire house in one go. So what we're planning on doing to start with is just to build a unit, and the unit will basically be our bedroom and bathroom. So basically it'll be a place just to sleep and just give me a place to work as well, because I can hopefully set up the computer in the bedroom and you know, edit these vlogs in peace and quiet. I do find it extremely difficult editing, and one of the reasons is because of the constant noise. One thing you'll find if you ever get into vlogging and particularly editing is that you do need peace and quiet when you're editing. It does take an awful lot of concentration. So this will have to be done in stages. There is no other way that we can possibly do it. And again, at the end of the day, hopefully, if everything goes okay, it'll be a nice family home for me, Pi and Fam. And of course, if our mum and dad want to come and stay, they can do. And you know, if Jerry, my dad, wants to come and stay, he can do. And if Bob and Ron decide they want to come up and visit, they can do. And other friends that we have as well. It'll be really, really nice. As I said before, there's a number of logistical problems with building here, but as we chip away, we can overcome each and every hurdle. I think we pretty much covered it now. Really, the last thing to cover now would be to draft up some plans. Start off with, again, the single unit and go and talk to a builder and find out how much it's going to cost. And of course, let the builder come on site and have a look, and then he'll also determine whether he can actually access the site properly. We're definitely going to go with solar power, so if a builder, for instance, doesn't have a generator, that might be the first thing that we buy, is a solar system, so at least they'll have power to work off. So yeah, exciting times, but an awful lot to consider at this point. First thing I'm going to do, like I said, is draft up some plans. I'll do basically a simple floor plan and simple front and back elevations to the building. It's not to an architect's standards, I'll grant you that, but it'll give the builder at least an overall view of the size and, you know, what the house will look like. And hopefully we can get a cost out of that. As far as the timeline is concerned, it'll probably be another 2-3 months before we can break ground. Watch this space, it does look promising. Right now we've covered all the issues that we did have regarding power, internet connection and the rest of it. The only thing left now really comes down to whether the builder can access this farm to actually build. So that'll be the next thing. And I won't know that until I've finished the plans, handed it to a builder and then asked him to come and have a look. So watch this space. It might just happen yet. I know it's been a long road, this one. A lot of house hunting and a lot of consideration. Both Pi and I absolutely adore it on the farm. It's just a spectacular place to be. So if it is possible, then yeah, we'll both be extremely happy. And of course, I do know, yeah, that Fam, after we mentioned it to him last night, is extremely excited. He likes the idea of living on the farm as well.
Okay, honey.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You need to go home now.
It's going to rain.
Can have them because I put the fish outside.
Oh, you put the smoked fish?
Yeah, smoked fish outside.
Okay.
We have them in the cook.
Yeah, it's definitely going to rain, babe. Come on in, let's go home. Right, time for us to head back home. Pi left her smoked fish outside, so yeah, don't want that getting soaking wet. Well, as you guys know, last night a cement truck turned up. I was quite surprised on what that was about. But then I realised about 2-3 weeks ago, I mentioned to my father-in-law that the front of the house was basically like a quagmire because it had been raining so much. So 3 weeks later, this cement truck turns up and bingo, there you go, we've got ourselves a cement front. Before it was just a bit of gravel and some grass, so it all got churned up, and again when it rains it's just like a marsh. So there you go, they laid the concrete last night, levelled it out and left it, and yeah, it's gone solid, it's fine. Dad rode the truck over it this morning and it was alright. Total cost $1,500 baht, it's about $40 US, so yeah, not too bad. Well, it's now raining, not hard, but it's raining. And Pi's now preparing everything for the farm tonight, so yeah, we'll be spending the night there. Well guys, you can see we're on the farm. It's late in the evening now. It's getting pretty dark. We was hoping to get here a little bit earlier, but it was pouring down rain. You can actually see on the mountains just how much rain we've had. Look, I'm not sure if you can actually see this, but there's a huge amount of cloud on the mountains over there. I'm sure some of you are going to be asking that if we do build this house and we start off with just basically the bedroom and bathroom for Pi and I, what's going to happen with Fam? A good question. Fam will actually carry on doing what he's doing right now. What happens is Mum and Dad, as you know, spend time on the shack, and so do we. So we alternate it. And Fam always stays at home. And until we can sort of build on, he'll stay at home. At the weekends, it'll be different. Sort of Friday night, Saturday night, he can come and stay with us. So like he does right now in the shack. No problem at all. So there you have it. That's how things work right now, and will basically continue to work. Well, I have to say that these solar lights that Bob gave us are absolute godsend. They really are. Well, that's about all from Pi and I today. Whatever you guys do, have a fantastic day and stay safe. Don't forget, please subscribe, share and like. It makes a huge difference. And Pi and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now, guys.
See you tomorrow.